why is everybody gassing up this J. Cole verse and then they saying that it's better than Drake verse when it's so clearly subpar to Drake verse. And not only is it subpar to Drake verse, it's probably one of J. Cole's worst verses, bro. What you think?
Okay.
What you think?
So I think that you've been like doing drugs. It's a shame how the drugs are infiltrating the black community.
Okay, before you do, all right, who had the better verse?
In that song?
Yes. Be honest, you a J. Cole fan, but I need some, because I'm going crazy watching all these reaction videos and people are having the complete opposite reaction that I thought they would have.
Right.
And I'm only thinking that it's because Drake verse was so much clearly better. It was so much better that I'm thinking people don't, you know how people don't want to see people win all the time, so they just be like,
yeah.
You feel me?
You know, I agree with you on this aspect because, you know, Drake did have some bars in there. I feel like this wasn't J. Cole's, like, the best. Because J. Cole can run. I feel like J. Cole is obviously a better lyricist than Drake. Through and through.
We agree to disagree, but keep going. I feel you.
No, but in this song in particular, I feel like when J. Cole threw in that little YB shit and, like, you know, Dollar ID, I feel like that shit was kind of like, corny. I'm like, why would you even address it in the song? I'm like, you can address it like, you know, usually put it in the
You ain't even have to address it. Ain't no rapper, big time rapper, ever address their beefs. You feel me?
Just, I mean, especially like when it's only one side and it really wasn't even no beef. Like it wasn't like you like social media and everybody saying, oh damn, J. Cole, this YB and shit. You let them fuck with your head and be like, let me put this in a song. Now all I'm thinking now is like, what could the verse have been if you never put that song out? Like what would you have went? You know, I feel like that kind of like haltered or hindered your ability with this verse, and it could have been, you know, even better because, you know, we haven't had a Drake and J. Cole song since
exactly, bro. And for this to go on Drake album, you know what it sound like to me? And this is what happened because they said this is what happened. They said, well, it sound like J. Cole wrote that verse like 2 hours before they released that song. And that sound like if you ever rapped and wrote a verse, you feel me? That's some quick shit. You could tell he wrote that quick. You feel me?
No, that's legit. No, they did say that because Drake said they was in the studio like a couple hours before the thing dropped, and that's why I think they had to push it back because J. Cole just came in and shit.
Exactly, and that was just, I wish he hadn't have done that because I know J. Cole is capable of so much more. You feel me?
Way more.
So when I'm listening, and people was gassing it up, and they downplaying Drake verse. They downplaying Drake verse, which I think is one of the hardest Drake verses I done ever heard. That shit was insane. He said,
I feel like that line when he said I'm one away from.
Go ahead. That Michael line?
I'm one away from Michael, nigga, beat it. That's it. When I heard that, I'm like, this nigga just killed this nigga J. Cole. I'm like, why would J. Cole not come crazy?
Destroyed him, G. And from the beginning, like, he rolled the beat. Like, you could, if you listen to it all the way through, you consistently nod your head. It's like Drake tapped into the head nods of everybody that listen to rap music, and he rapped. He said, I'm about to click out all this bitch and make a crime scene and never stop flowing. And then you know how hard it was to do the Deans, like Chardine, Claudine, but not even
the
Dean.
That's the one song though. But I'm thinking of, I'm like, damn, this nigga did go crazy.
You know, look at how many Deans he rhymed, and then at the end, instead of rhyming with Dean, you got to rhyme with Claudine, Chardine. You got to put that all Dean in there. He did that, and then wrapped it up with sardines. And then they send me naked pictures. It's the small things. Oh my gosh! He said I flipped the trigger on the switch like a high beam, G. When you on a road, you on a car, you flip the switch. High beam.
Oh shit! I didn't think that shit. Oh yeah, like a high beam, like a fucking the fucking airline. Hell yeah. Damn, that's it. This nigga was raw as hell.
Boy, I'm not saying J. Cole verse is bad. Like if you had a class and they said write a rap verse, he would get an A because it's a rap verse. It ain't no weak stuff. He got bars in there, but
Right.
You not getting invited to the honors classes. You feel me? That's an A in the regular classes. You not in the honors. What Drake did was PhD level. You feel me?
It was really good.
What he did is he built up anticipation, and he wrote the beat the entire time and added bars in there, and ended it with an insane line because he is one away from what? He said they'll never give me flowers. Of course not, because they don't want to have that talk because it's a sore spot.
Ooh, this nigga Drake was going crazy though.
He said,
and I feel like he had enough in there too. Like he had some lyrical shit in there, and he had some shit like people can like go off of. Like when he said the GOAT line, he said they be talking about who the GOAT is. Go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? And I was like, yeah, that gives people hype.
Exactly, G. And look, man, I had to ask you because I know you a big J. Cole fan, but I know you're objective. You feel me? Like you will give an honest opinion for the most part.
And J. Cole, it was subpar. Like it could have been way better. I feel like
this ain't no such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't no like that. This is good. Like I don't know if you ever heard his freestyle, like on the LA Leakers.
I heard that. I mean, I slept on that when I first heard that. I slept on that.
Because like motherfuckers, it was like, yeah, J. Cole like boring and shit, but he was going crazy.
Yeah, he actually
2 different freestyles, all different things, and I'm like, nigga, that's what motherfuckers want to hear.
Exactly, exactly. And this verse that he did with this project wasn't at that level, not in the slightest. And I wish he wouldn't have done that. Cause now all the J. Cole fans that's really trying to gas the verse like he better than Drake, y'all really looking bad because Drake's verse was it looked like y'all just hating on Drake because he's so good, and it looked like that no matter what J. Cole put out, y'all is gonna say it's the greatest thing. Because you know how I compare J. Cole? I'm like, alright, the lyrics that you said, how would they look at that at a rap battle? You feel me? Mm-hmm. If you come to a rap battle and say, all y'all breakfast, I'm about to eat my plate, and they gonna be like, oh well, okay, we done heard that shit 1,000 times. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you feel, but it's
I didn't like that shit at all. Yeah, I feel like it was too corny, and then the YB shit took it off of me. I'm like, I like the little line where he said, they waiting for the kid to drop like a father to be. Exactly. I thought that was pretty. That was hard. Words.
Nah, he had some bars in there, and some bars that I slept on. I can't even think of them right now. But Drake verse, I damn near know by heart. You feel me? And people don't want to admit this, but people probably, I ain't gonna lie, I be skipping right to that where they change the beat.
I know, me too. I ain't gonna lie to you, sir.
Oh my God,
I'm like, that part raw as hell. I'm like, yeah, Drake definitely. I don't know if he wrote his rhyme after J. Cole or if they didn't even show each other's verses. Yeah. But you could tell, like J. Cole, maybe he was, I guess, not doing above and beyond.
I think J. Cole had an emotional response to how people thought he was dissing YB. So he was like, hey, Drake, let me just get on here and say something about YB. And it's like, you ain't even have to do that, G.
I'm like, I wish you could have done that shit. I'm like, you could have just came out with a song with Young Boy. You could have told him this personally.
Exactly. Like, you ruin the imagination for the fans. Some people probably think y'all beefing. And if you feel me?
Yeah, he should have never did that shit.
I wish they ain't do this, because now this drops, to me, it ain't even a competition on, you know how they be saying Drake, Kendrick, and Cole? I feel like Drake, with that verse, separated himself so much. You feel me? That it's Drake in one tier, and then you got to put J. Cole, Wale, and Kendrick in the tier.
Stop talking crazy, okay?
Drake ain't never gave us no subpar verse like that, G.
Man, what? Hotline Bling? Come on now.
He sung that whole song, G.
But yeah, you know, like,
I feel you. I'm not gonna push him now. He's still one of the greats, but Drake definitely separated himself on this track, G. I can't cap.
I feel like Drake did go crazy, and I feel like he had something that he wanted to prove something, because they always said Drake ain't got no lyrics, no bars and shit. And they always saying Kendrick and J. Cole always so like metaphoric, and they always do this. He said, well, shit, let me show y'all niggas in a good play on words. Like that, I will never get over that shit. But I'm one away from Michael, nigga, beat it. I can never probably get over that shit, because I'm like, nigga, that shit just flows.
That was hard. He was like, they talking about when this gonna be repeated. What the fuck? Boy, I'm one away from Michael.
Michael, nigga, that shit cold. I literally, when I heard that shit for the first time, I literally had to stop the song. And I'm like, restart that just from that part. restart that. I gotta listen to what that nigga just said, even though I heard him clear as day.
Yes,
I'm like, that
G.
shit is too
The
good.
perfect capper on the perfect verse.
That perfect
G.
cap.
Oh
And that's
my
how you
God.
should. That's how you should leave
He
niggas.
said I use a Grammy as a doorstop.
That's a door stop shit. Yep, that's it. They had that shit on Instagram the next day and shit, right on the post. Couldn't
He
believe it.
said, "Shorty, give me some hair because I need it."
And if I fuck with you, then after I might eat. That nigga was down, bro. That nigga was down, bro. I ain't
Niggas
gonna
talk
hold
about when this gonna be repeated. What the fuck, bro? I want away from Michael, nigga. Beat it to wrap that what? To wrap that sequence up. Oh my God.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, damn, I'm kind of mad at J. Cole.
You feel me? You feel me? J. Cole got to get him back, G, on this album. He got to. You feel me? Because look, Drake might have did this. Drake might have heard J. Cole verse and was like, this is good, but now this is my opportunity to show that I can out rap him. And then he put that you feel me, changed the beat at the end for that effect. So J. Cole, you gotta do the same thing. If Drake give you a hard verse, you gotta try to beat it, G, because
you try to Drake. I feel like Drake is definitely gonna try to be on J. Cole's album for sure.
Yeah, Drake won this
Go
one.
crazy. We'll see.
I don't know, we gonna see, G.